So much of our life now happens online. It's just a fact. And that means knowing how to act in that space, well, it's never been more important. Today, we're going to break down some simple rules that can make our digital world a much, much better place for everyone. Let's dive in.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever sent a quick text, maybe an email, and the person on the other end just took it completely the wrong way? I mean, you type out, "it's fine," and they somehow read it as, "it's fine." You know what I'm talking about. It's a feeling we've all had, and wow, does it show just how hard digital communication can be.
And that's exactly where this idea of netiquette comes into play. It's pretty simple, really. Just a mashup of the words network and etiquette. Think of it as the basic code for good behavior online. It's just digital manners, right? It's about being as considerate on the internet as we try to be in real life.
Now look, we could get lost in a million different specific rules, but honestly, that gets complicated really fast. So to keep things super clear and easy to remember, we can boil the whole thing down to three simple, really powerful ideas. We're going to call them the three pillars. So pillar number one, this is the foundation for absolutely everything else. It all comes down to how we interact with other people. It's a crucial, crucial reminder that behind every screen, every username, and every profile picture, there is a real, live human being. And that's the golden rule right there. Remember the human. But it is so easy to forget, isn't it? There's actually a psychological reason for this. Sometimes it's called the online disinhibition effect. Basically, the screen creates distance, a sense of anonymity, and it makes it way easier to forget that we're talking to people with real feelings. So the key takeaway is this. What we say online has a real-world impact. And this quote right here, wow, it just perfectly illustrates that point. This comes from a mom who posted a photo of her son on his dad's shoulders. To her, it was this really sweet moment, but to him, he was horrified. It's such a powerful reminder to remember the human on the other side of the post and just ask for permission, especially with photos of your kids. What feels sweet to you might be totally embarrassing for them. So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, it means asking before you post a photo, like we just talked about. It means trying to avoid sarcasm, which just does not translate well in text and can cause all sorts of problems. It's about being mindful that typing in all caps, yeah, it totally feels like you're shouting. It's also about respecting people's time by getting to the point. And finally, just giving people a little grace, a little forgiveness when they make mistakes online. Okay, pillar number two, respecting the space. This is all about understanding that the internet isn't one giant room. No, it's millions of different rooms, and every single one of them has its own vibe, its own rules. I mean, think about it. The way you talk in your family group chat is probably way different from how you'd write a professional email or comment on a public forum, right? The key is to just gauge the room. Lurk a little bit, read what other people are saying, and get a feel for the place before you jump in with both feet. And this comparison just shows it perfectly. On the left, you've got the casual, emoji-filled world of a family chat, and on the right, a formal work email. They're like two different universes. And look, it's not just about being formal or informal. It's about showing respect for the context. Using slang at work might seem unprofessional, but being too formal with your family can feel kind of cold. It's all about adapting to the space you're in. So, respecting the space really means staying on topic in a discussion, not spamming a chat with a dozen messages in a row, and this one's huge, not feeding the trolls. When you see those arguments, those flame wars breaking out, the best thing you can do is often to just disengage or even help calm things down, not pour more gasoline on the fire. And that brings us to our third and final pillar, respecting yourself. Now, this one might sound a little different, but trust me, it's just as important. It's this idea that your online behavior is a direct reflection of who you are as a person. Put simply, don't just leave your ethics and integrity at the keyboard. If you wouldn't say it or do it in real life, then you probably shouldn't do it online. That digital footprint of yours can last forever, so you want to make sure the version of you that exists online is one you can actually be proud of. So, how do you present your best self online? It breaks down into three pretty simple steps. First, check your grammar and spelling. Hey, nobody's perfect, but it shows you care about the conversation and you respect the other person's time. Second, know what you're talking about. In this age of misinformation, just taking a second to check your facts shows respect for everyone's intelligence, and frankly, it builds your own credibility. And finally, just be pleasant and polite. It costs you nothing, but it makes a world of difference in how people see you. And here it is. This is maybe the most critical piece of advice for respecting yourself online. If you see something that makes you angry, that makes you upset, do not respond right away. Your emotional reaction is almost never your best one. The best thing to do is just step away. Give it an hour, or even better, a full 24 hours. I promise you will almost always come back with a clearer head and avoid saying something you'll end up regretting.
So there you have it, the 3 pillars that hold up good netiquette. Respect for others, remembering there's a human on the other side, respect for the space, knowing where you are, and respect for yourself, presenting the best version of you online. It's a pretty simple framework for navigating our very complex digital worlds. So I'll just leave you with this question. Our online world, it isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we are all building together with every single interaction. So the next time you're about to post, or comment, or even just click like, ask yourself, is this helping? Is this making the internet a more respectful, more intelligent, and maybe just a kinder place? The power, quite literally, is in your hands.